Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches: Charlotte Hornets vs Chicago Bulls and Dallas Mavericks vs Brooklyn Nets, which are happening on Thursday, May 6, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. So I am going to start off by talking about the Charlotte Hornets vs Chicago Bulls match. Chicago extended its current slide to 4 games with a 106-94 loss against the Philadelphia 76ers on Monday night. Coby White scored a team-high 23 points while Thaddeus Young chipped in 13 for the Bulls in the loss. The Chicago Bulls need a win here to snap a 4-game losing streak. The Chicago Bulls are averaging 110.6 points on 47.7% shooting and allowing 112.4 points on 47.6% shooting. Zach LaVine is averaging 27.5 points and 5.1 assists, while Nikola Vucevic is averaging 22.3 points and 10.9 rebounds. Coby White is the third double-digit scorer and Lauri Markkanen is grabbing 5.4 rebounds. The Chicago Bulls are shooting 36.4% from beyond the arc and 79.5% from the free throw line. The Chicago Bulls are allowing 35.5% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44.5 rebounds per game. The Bulls are expected to get shooting guard Zach LaVine back after he cleared the NBA's health and safety protocols. LaVine, who has missed the last 11 games, declared himself good to go following his return to practice. Chicago went 4-7 without LaVine and averaged just 102.7 points per game in his absence. According to DunksandThrees.com, the Bulls ranked 22nd in the NBA with an adjusted -2.2 net rating. They sit at number 20 in the NBA in terms of efficiency on both ends of the floor, sporting an adjusted 110.8 offensive rating and an adjusted 112.9 defensive rating through 65 games. The Chicago Bulls are in no position to be favored with the way they're playing, but they are expected to get a big boost with the return of Zach LaVine. The Charlotte Hornets are losing more and more players due to injury, and they're losing their last 5 games by an average of 2.6 points while allowing 46.8% shooting from the field. The Bulls have also played some of their best ball on the road this season. My first betting advice for that game is to pick Chicago Bulls -2.5. Charlotte got back on the winning track on Tuesday with a 102-99 win on the road against the Detroit Pistons. LaMelo Ball finished with a team-high 23 points and 6 assists, while Jalen McDaniels tallied his first career double-double with 10 points and 12 rebounds in the win. The Charlotte Hornets are averaging 109.7 points on 45.8% shooting and allowing 111 points on 46.6% shooting. Terry Rozier is averaging 20.3 points and 4.1 assists, while LaMelo Ball is averaging 15.9 points and 5.9 rebounds. Devonte Graham is the third double-digit scorer and Malik Monk is dishing 2 assists. The Charlotte Hornets are shooting 37.6% from beyond the arc and 76.3% from the free throw line. The Charlotte Hornets are allowing 36.3% shooting from deep and are grabbing 43.6 rebounds per game. Emerging forward Miles Bridges is expected to be away from the team for the next couple of weeks after entering the NBA's health and safety protocols. Prior to landing on the list, Bridges was in the midst of a breakout, averaging 21.6 points per game over his previous 6 contests. The 23-year-old is averaging 12.4 points per game while shooting a career-high 50.6% from the field and 40.5% from three-point range for the season. He's also been a fixture on highlight reels across the league, throwing down several poster-worthy dunks so far this season. The Bulls are 39-19 ATS in their last 58 Thursday games and 0-4 ATS in their last 4 games overall. The Hornets are 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games playing on 1 day's rest and 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games overall. The under is 4-0 in Bulls' last 4 overall. The under is 22-8 in Hornets' last 30 overall. The Bulls are 1-5 ATS in the last 6 meetings in Charlotte and 2-6 ATS in the last 8 meetings. According to Dunksandthirst.com, the Hornets rank 21st in the NBA with an adjusted -1.4 net rating. Charlotte sits 18th in the league with an adjusted 111.0 offensive rating and 16th in the NBA with an adjusted 112.4 mark on the defensive end of the floor. My second betting advice for that game is to pick under. Now I'm going to be talking about the Dallas Mavericks versus Brooklyn Nets match. The Nets got off to a rocky start on their current 5-game road trip, dropping 2 straight to the Milwaukee Bucks after falling by 6 in the finale May 4th, as they were able to erase an 8-point halftime deficit to go up by 2 after the end of 3. However, the team was outscored 32-24 in the finale period en route to the loss, their 23rd of the year. Kevin Durant scored 32 while coming a rebound shy of a double-double, while Kyrie Irving led the way with 38 points on 14-25 shooting. Furthermore, the duo combined for 10 trays while Joe Harris made 50% of his 8 shots from long range, as the Nets shot 49% as a team along with 47% from 3-point range in the loss. And while they gave up just 45% shooting to the Bucks, the home team was able to get the win due to their ability to rebound the ball, winning the battle by a 55-38 margin, 15 offensive boards. Brooklyn failed to cover in their 3rd straight outing as 3-point dogs to the Bucks. The Mavericks were able to atone for a double-digit loss to the Sacramento Kings last weekend to take out the Miami Heat on the road May 4th, thanks to huge second and third periods to where they outscored their counterparts 68-38 after the home team went up by 9 at the end of the opening period. And while Luka Doncic scored 23 in the matchup while coming just 2 dimes shy of a triple-double, Tim Hardaway Jr. was the star of the game, leading the way with 36 points on 13-24 shooting from the field. Important to note that the duo shot a combined 15-28 from deep, with the latter hitting 10 on the night. Furthermore, Josh Richardson and reserve Jalen Brunson also put up solid minutes for Dallas, posting 17 and 19 points, respectively, as the team shot over 50% as a team while nailing 22 three-pointers. The Mavericks were also able to cover as 1-point favorites and are 3-2 ATS in their last 5 overall. The Brooklyn Nets got Kevin Durant back, but all is not well. The Nets, with Durant, have lost 3 straight games. Now they travel to Dallas to face a team that has already beaten them. The Nets are coming off back-to-back losses to the Milwaukee Bucks. On Tuesday they lost at Milwaukee 124-118. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving had big games, but it was not enough. Durant had 32 points and 9 rebounds while Irving had 38 points and 5 assists. The next highest scorer was Joe Harris with 12 points. Jeff Green and Mike James added 10 points each. The Nets are healthy other than James Harden, who remains out. The Dallas Mavericks have gradually moved up in the Western Conference, and after a 127-113 win over the Miami Heat on Tuesday, they moved up to 5th in the Western Conference. Dallas shot 53% from the floor and drained 23 pointers. The Brooklyn Nets have lost 3 straight, and that is something that only happened one other time this season. My first betting advice for that game is to pick the Nets. After winning 4 straight games, the Nets enter this contest losers of 3 straight after they were outshot and outmuscled in a 2-game road series loss to the 3rd-seeded team in the East in Milwaukee. At a record of 43-23 on the year, the team now finds itself just a game ahead of the Bucks, while their current losing skid has allowed the top-seeded Philadelphia 76ers to extend their lead over the Nets to 2 games. And while the remaining set of regular season games are very winnable for Brooklyn, their next 2 contests will be critical as they face a Dallas team that is 1/7 of 9th and 5th in the Western Conference playoff picture, followed by the 3rd-seeded Denver Nuggets, who has a record of 44-22. At a record of 37-28, the 5th-place Mavericks may not be able to run down the Los Angeles Clippers and Denver Nuggets for the 3rd and 4th-place playoff slots in the West. However, with just 7 games remaining in the regular season, Dallas must continue to pick up momentum as the 6th-seeded Los Angeles Lakers and the 7th-placed Portland Trail Blazers are hot on their heels, with the former possessing the same exact record while Portland being only a half game out at 37-29. And while they will play a huge contest versus the Nets tonight along with a road game versus the 8th-seeded Memphis Grizzlies May 11th, their remaining schedule is very favorable as they have a 2-gamer versus the struggling Cleveland Cavaliers after the Nets, while ending the year with home matchups versus the New Orleans Pelicans and the Toronto Raptors, while finishing on the road versus the Minnesota Timberwolves May 16th. The Nets are 5-2 ATS in their last 7 games, playing on 1 day's rest, and 7-0 ATS in their last 7 Thursday games. The Mavericks are 2-7 ATS in their last 9 home games. The under is 4-1 in Nets' last 5 overall. The over is 4-1 in Mavericks' last 5 overall. The over is 5-2 in the last 7 meetings. My second betting advice for that game is to pick over 234.5. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.